Hey, what's up? I'm the Zim. This is the Zim Video. Welcome back. Thanks for joining. Alright, today's video is going to be all about how to start a podcast or get started. Hardware and software. We're not talking about anything about distribution. We're talking about the actual physical, how can I make a podcast? Maybe in another video I'll talk about distribution, or you can just Google it and figure out where you want to distribute your podcast. Alright, let's get started, shall we? So I've been podcasting since 2014. Every once in a while on the internet, people sometimes write things like, how do I get started? I don't know. So this is what I use and what I think is a good baseline for getting started. There are a few variations on how to do this. This is just my way. At the end of this, I'll talk about variations on some of these concepts, but let's get started. The first thing you need is a computer. I use an iMac, but you can use a laptop. You can even use a tablet. There's lots of ways to use a computer, because basically all you need your computer for is, well, two things. Is for your digital audio workstation, which I'll talk about in a second, and also if you're recording remote guests and things like that, you need Skype or Zoom or something like that that allows you to talk to them through the internet. You need a mic. I use an AKG condenser microphone. It's old. It's not the best thing in the world. It's like a $200 microphone. It's decent. It works. It's what I have. But I've used anything from a Shure, 57 and 58 to other different microphones, all different kinds, dynamic condensers. They all work. I recommend, if you're just getting started, a Shure 58 dynamic microphone. I think it works just fine. There's a lot of podcasting microphones, but essentially they can be any kind of microphone. Just has to have decent audio quality. Anything $100 or more, you're going to be fine. Headphones. I use the Beyerdynamics, but you can use basically any headphones. You can even use earbuds. It doesn't really matter. You just need something to isolate the sound that's coming from your computer, especially when you're talking with a guest. You need to be able to isolate the sound so that it doesn't get picked up on your microphone. Headphones. An audio interface. This is a device that goes between your microphone and your computer, and then also your headphones and different things. It's kind of what routes the sound to and from your computer. I use the Behringer U-Phoria UMC404 HD. It has a 4-channel input so that if I have a guest in the room, I can have 2 tracks recording them, and also when I'm recording on the internet, I route my audio in such a way that it allows me to have 2 tracks being recorded on my digital audio workstation, which I mentioned before. So let's talk more about the digital audio workstation. I use Adobe Audition. You can basically use any digital audio workstation, such as Logic, Pro Tools, Cubase. What else is there? Ableton. There's lots of different ones. Those are the ones I recommend. Anything you can record 2 or more tracks at a time. There are some other ones like GarageBand, which comes with your Macintosh if you're using a Macintosh platform. However, you can only record 1 track at a time. So that gets us into variations. And the big variation of this whole process is using a mixer. So if you want to put a mixer in between your audio and your audio interface and the computer, if you have GarageBand or something that you can only record 1 track at a time, you're probably going to want a mixer, because you're going to want to mix it all to that 1 track so all the voices of everybody that's talking are at the same level at the moment you record it. I, however, do not produce my podcast that way. I like to produce my podcast where I just capture the sounds of all my guests, myself and all my guests, and then later, after I'm done, I mix the sounds together to be accurate. So that's why I like to have all my recordings on separate tracks. That's why I advise a digital audio workstation that allows you to record more than 1 track at a time. Alright, that's basically it. I don't think I have any other variations that I can think of at this moment. Like I said, this is not about distribution. There's a whole nother conversation about where to host your podcast, how to do that. There's lots and lots of different ways to do that. There's a bunch of services like Libsyn, Blueberry, Anchor, Spreaker, and a Podbean. I don't even know all of them, but you can do all that. And then you can also do super DIY, where you host it yourself. That's still an option at this time. So yeah, I hope this is helpful. If you have any questions for me, hit it up in the comments, and I'll be sure to get back to you. And of course, if you want to listen to any of my podcasts, I have 3 of them. One's called Word on the Street, one's called MFA Chronicles, and one's called Creative Mind. They'll all be linked up below. Check it out. All right, cool. Until next time, be loving, kind, and patient. Peace.